All right, so we're all probably familiar with at least the idea of money laundering,
Yeah. Yeah.
dirty money gets clean to look legit, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's a whole other thing to like try and wrap your head around how it actually happens,
Exactly.
like on the ground,
Yeah.
especially in this crazy globalized world that we live in.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah. This is going to be a fun one.
yeah, today we're going deep
Uh-huh.
on this topic, and we've got some really fascinating source material for this one.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be looking at a first-hand account from an airport security officer.
Okay.
And let me tell you, some of this stuff is straight out of a spy movie.
Oh, I believe it.
It's really wild.
It's pretty amazing how these criminals are getting so creative these days.
Yeah, forget those like stereotypical images that we all have in our heads of,
Right.
A briefcase overflowing with cash or,
Exactly.
a suitcase full of,
Yeah.
$100 bills.
Cases full of cash are a thing of the past. Nowadays, they're using tactics that are like way more sophisticated.
Yeah.
And a lot harder to detect.
And our officer who we're getting this information from,
Yeah.
they had some stories that really opened my eyes to like the level of creativity and audacity of these operations.
Oh, yeah.
It's incredible.
Absolutely.
One of the examples that just like totally blew my mind
Okay.
was this story about this really well-dressed traveler.
Okay.
Like, business class designer luggage, the whole 9 yards.
Got it.
Except sewn into the lining of his clothes
Oh, wow.
was like thousands upon thousands of dollars.
I would never think to look there.
Right.
That's a good spot.
And it's so effective because, airport scanners are primarily designed to detect
Yeah.
like weapons or explosives, right? Metal.
Right.
They're not really looking for these thin layers of cash that are,
Right.
strategically hidden in clothing.
They're looking for big chunks of metal, basically.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not even about hiding it from like the human eye necessarily. It's about hiding it from the
It's
technology.
hiding it from the tech itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's wild.
Yeah.
But it gets even more complex.
Okay.
When we start talking about what are called dual-use items.
Okay. Dual use items.
So these are everyday electronics.
Okay.
Think laptops, tablets, even power banks
Oh, wow.
that have been subtly modified to create hidden compartments for cash
So they're not just carrying a laptop, they're carrying a laptop
and a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's wild.
So, like, give me an example of a modification.
Yeah, so like imagine a laptop
Okay.
with a base that's just like slightly thicker than usual,
Okay.
just enough to house a wad of bills or
Huh.
like a tablet battery compartment
Okay.
that's extended to fit in stacks of currency.
They're really going all out.
And they're so smart about it because they pass visual inspection.
Right.
They pass basic scans. And it just exploits that fact that
Security is mainly focused on
threats, not,
threats, weapons, bombs.
financial crimes. Exactly.
Not financial crime, exactly.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
So that's how they get it, past security and stuff.
Right.
But then the question is like, how does this money actually get to where it needs to go?
Yeah, how does it get to its final destination?
Right.
Well, that's where the human element comes in. And this
Oh.
is where it gets, I think, a little bit scary.
Yeah.
It comes down to what we call the money mule.
Come money
The
in.
money mules.
Yeah.
So these are often individuals who are
Okay.
either tricked or coerced into transporting this illegal funds.
Wow. And it's so unsettling because
Yeah.
you hear about these like fake job offers
Yeah.
or even romance scams
Yeah, it's awful.
that are used to recruit these mules. And it really makes you realize like anyone
Yeah.
could potentially be a target.
It could happen to anyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like imagine you meet someone online, right? They're showering you with attention.
Okay.
They're building this strong connection with you.
Right.
And then weeks or months later, they ask you for this like simple favor.
Oh.
Can you move some funds between accounts for me?
Uh-oh.
Could you transport this package
Oh, no.
for me?
It starts small and
Okay.
then
And then before you know it, you're in too deep.
you're a criminal.
And by the time they're asked to move physical cash,
Yeah.
a lot of these people are so emotionally invested.
Oh, yeah.
They're feeling guilty.
Right.
They're afraid of losing this relationship.
Right.
And it's powerful leverage for criminals.
Yeah.
And that's not even considering those who are actively tricked with these false promises
Right.
of easy money, you know?
Right. Like if you're promised, thousands of dollars just to like move this package,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can see how people would be.
And they think it's legitimate.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
And the worst part is if they get caught. Even if they're unwitting, even if they didn't realize what they were doing, they
Exactly.
face serious legal consequences.
Yeah, it's a crime.
It's crazy.
So with all of this going on,
Right.
these seemingly normal travelers,
Yeah.
these dual-use items,
Yeah.
it begs the question, like, how do authorities even begin
How do they tackle
to
this?
tackle this? Yeah.
Well, it's a constant battle,
Right.
but they are using a multi-layered approach.
Okay.
Our airport security officer source really emphasized
Oh, yeah.
the crucial role of behavioral analysis.
That makes sense.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
you would think that security personnel would be trained to pick up on, like, subtle cues and stuff.
Exactly.
Mm.
They're looking for inconsistencies
Oh, okay.
or behaviors that don't quite add up.
So, like, what kind of things are we talking about?
So like a one-way ticket
Okay.
with minimal luggage,
Okay.
vague answers about their travel plans,
Gotcha.
signs of nervousness,
Okay.
any of those things can raise red flags.
Wow. It really makes you think twice about it. It does.
How you act at the airport.
Yeah, don't look suspicious.
Exactly.
But, alongside that human element,
Right.
there's also the technology side of things.
Right, because you would think, like,
Yeah.
can't they just, like, scan for this stuff?
Yeah. Well, they are.
Okay.
Advanced imaging technology is becoming more and more sophisticated.
Okay.
We're talking higher resolution scanners
Okay.
that can detect hidden compartments anomalies,
Okay.
things that wouldn't be visible to the naked eye.
Wow.
Yeah, they can even analyze the density of materials,
Wow.
so they can distinguish between, like, a harmless electronic component
Right.
and a cleverly disguised stack of bills.
So it's really this combination of human observation and, like,
Yeah.
cutting-edge tech.
Working in tandem.
Wow.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. And, this is a global issue.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
just happening all over the world.
International cooperation is more crucial than ever.
Right.
We need intelligence sharing,
Yeah.
joint task forces,
We need to be working together to stay ahead of these criminals.
all that stuff. It's
Yeah.
crazy. So what's the takeaway for our listeners?
Yeah. What can we learn from all of this?
What should we be thinking about the next time we're,
Yeah.
going through airport security or just, thinking about financial crime in general?
I think one of the biggest things to take away from all of this
Yeah.
is that even in an age of advanced technology,
Yeah.
the human factor is still so central to both committing and combating financial crime.
Yeah, because like we said, they're exploiting
Exactly.
human vulnerabilities.
Yes.
Just as much as they're exploiting these technological loopholes.
It's all about the human element.
It's crazy. And, it really just makes you wonder, like, what are they going to come up with next?
Yeah, what's next?
With all this innovation, how are they going to adapt?
Right, because they're constantly adapting.
How are they going to stay one step ahead?
What's the next evolution of this cat and mouse game?
Right, exactly.
It's a little bit scary, but also really fascinating.
It is a little bit frightening,
Yeah,
but definitely fascinating.
definitely something to think about the next time you're at the airport.
Yeah, keep your eyes peeled.
All right, well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This was a good one.
Absolutely. We'll see you next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.